Okay, so today I want to talk about Marvel Rivals. First of all, I love this game so far. The game released on December 6th, but I was so busy with other things at the time that I didn't get to start playing until about 2 weeks ago. But in these 2 weeks, I've played so much. I'm almost finished with the Battle Pass, and I'm totally hooked on the game. We are literally just hours away from the release of Season 1, and they've already officially announced several things like character balancing, new Battle Pass skins for characters like Wolverine and Scarlet Witch, and new characters such as the Fantastic Four. So very soon, Marvel's first family of heroes will be in the game. What do you guys think about the Fantastic Four joining the roster? It's been a while since we've had any Fantastic Four movies, and I think the number of people who read comics has decreased dramatically over the years. So I wonder, are many people familiar with these characters? I'm curious how big the demand was for them. Honestly, I'm not the biggest Fantastic Four fan. They do have close ties to one of my favorite characters, Spider-Man, and they're often featured in huge comic crossovers like Civil War, so I'm very familiar with the characters. But I don't know, I just never felt a huge interest in them. But even so, I am really glad to see them joining the roster. They are classic Marvel characters and they deserve to be in the game. Also, having them in the game will help to hype up the movie that's coming out later this year. We also know that Blade is coming at some point, and that is only further confirmed by the fact that Dracula was featured in the Season 1 trailer. And there are a whole lot of other characters like Captain Marvel, Deadpool, Emma Frost, and others that have been rumored to be in the works. But I'm not really going to delve into rumors here, as there are so many other channels that cover those, and they are far more knowledgeable than I am. In this video, I just want to talk about my personal impressions of the game, my thoughts about the new season announcements, and just my general thoughts about Marvel Rivals from the perspective of a die-hard, lifelong Marvel fan. And when I say die-hard, I'm not exaggerating. I fell in love with Marvel Comics as a small child, long before the MCU existed, and I own over 1,500 collected editions of comics. That's not 1,500 single issues. I'm talking about 1,500 trade paperback or hardcover collections with anywhere from 4 to over 30 issues inside each. Most of these I own in digital format through Amazon's Comixology, as I live in Japan and it's difficult to get physical copies here. But I also have a few hundred single issues and about 100 collected editions in physical format as well. So that should give you some idea of what I mean by die-hard fan. So let's talk about the game itself. First of all, I thought Season 0 was incredible. Not only is the game just outright a joy to play, the character roster, the art design for the character models, the maps, the cosmetics, everything was awesome. This is actually the first time I've ever played this kind of team-based hero shooter. I've played loads of other shooting games like Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, and Battlefield, but I never got interested in Overwatch, which this game draws so much inspiration from. So far though, I love how every character has a specific role to play, and it really feels like you are contributing to the team, whether you are getting kills or just healing and defending. I love that aspect so far. I know there are some people who complain that it is too similar to Overwatch, and I can't speak to that because I haven't played Overwatch, but I think this is a normal and unavoidable part of the gaming industry. Whether it's shooters or fighting games or RPGs or platformers, you're going to find games that are extremely similar to each other in any genre, and I think that's okay. For example, I'm a huge JRPG fan, and it's actually my favorite genre. I could play the old school Final Fantasy games all day long, but I also love Dragon Quest, and those games are actually very similar to each other if we're being honest. But, and this might sound a little strange, I think my life would be just a little bit emptier if we had one without the other. So I am personally totally fine with Marvel Rivals being similar to Overwatch, and if I'm being very honest, I would never have even tried this kind of genre if not for Rivals. One reason why I never got interested in Overwatch was because I never felt drawn to any of the characters. But that's completely the opposite with Rivals. When I saw characters like Venom and Luna Snow in this game's roster, I knew I had to try this game. So the roster has got to be one of this game's biggest selling points. Case in point, if I were to make a list of my favorite Marvel heroes at the moment, I think it would probably look something like this. And yes, I know this list is fairly niche and not the most diverse. It's not your typical list of Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Captain America.
By the eye of Agamotto.
My two favorite characters from as far back as I can remember are Venom and Spider-Man. I literally own every single issue of their mainline comics from issue 1 all the way to recent issues from 2024. And that's actually true for all the characters on this list except for Daredevil. I also own hundreds of their side stories like Spider-Man Blue and Venom First Host. Pretty much anything and everything related to Spider-Man and Venom in the comics, I probably have it. So obviously those two characters top my list, and then characters that have close ties to them such as Black Cat, Silk, Spider-Gwen are also high on my list. If I'm being honest, I probably could have replaced characters like Daredevil and Domino with other Spider people and Spider-Man allies like Spider-Girl or Silver Sable. But then the list would have been even more monotonous. Another common theme in my list is Korean characters. Silk, Luna Snow, and White Fox are all of Korean descent. And this is important to me because I myself am also of Korean descent. So even though they don't have a long history in the Marvel Universe and are fairly minor characters, these characters are very special to me. Which is why I was super excited to see Luna Snow's addition into the game. And I hope this means she will continue to grow in popularity, and hopefully we'll see her in many more comics and movies in the future. Anyway, as you can see, 4 characters in my top 10 were included in the initial roster of the game. So that's a huge draw to get me interested in playing. How many characters in your top 10 were included in the initial roster of the game? All in all, I can't see how anyone could be disappointed with this roster, and even if you were, they appear to have so many characters in development right now that surely you'll be able to find a character you like soon enough. So I really think that's one of the greatest strengths to this game. One other thing that I really like so far is that the battle passes are permanent. Once you buy it, you can finish it at any time, even if the current season ends. So, even though we are on the last day of Season 0, I highly recommend that you buy the Battle Pass, because you will still be able to unlock everything even once Season 1 begins. I can't commend the developers enough for choosing to do this.
Bring on the chaos.
Another epic victory! Big win! I'm Luna Snow, like the moon.
One major complaint that I have about the game so far is actually in the player name system. When I started the game, I didn't realize there was a character limit to player names. I had originally put my name in Japanese as Blueberry Moguri, which is the Japanese pronunciation of Blueberry Moogle, but the characters got cut off and it got shortened to Blueberry Mo, which is just a little bit embarrassing. It didn't even give me a warning that the name had been shortened.
Eddie, I guess we're doing the team up thing again.
I ended up having to pay 500 units to change it.
Not as long as
Technically, the units were free through doing in-game missions, but I would much rather have spent those units on cosmetics in the future. And to buy the equivalent of 500 units would cost me about $5 I believe. Some people may argue that I shouldn't be upset about using 500 free units, but the reality is that I will definitely be buying cosmetics in the future. And now I will have to pay $5 that I wouldn't have needed to had I not needed to buy a rename card to fix my embarrassing name. So the end result is that I will have lost money. I've seen posts online of many other people who have run into the exact same problem, so I know that I am not alone. I hope that they will add more warnings in the future. Maybe consider giving players a one-time only ability to change their name. And I also hope that they add a few more characters to the limit so that I can add that last E to my name in-game. But otherwise, that's a very small complaint in the grand scheme of things, and I do expect to be enjoying this game for a very long time.
stay away from that Ankh if it starts to hover.
As for the announcements about the next Battle Pass and character balancing, I've not watched everything out there, but the new cosmetics and characters appear to be incredible. Again, I just love the art style and character designs, and the Fantastic Four are no different. They look, well, fantastic. The new skins for characters like Rocket look unique and well worth the price of the Battle Pass. I won't mention names, but I feel like some games out there fill their Battle Passes with a lot of mediocre cosmetics, and the skins are not even all that attractive. But so far, I'm hugely impressed with the level of quality in the skins in Rivals.
Be your best self.
The character balancing is a given. That happens in every kind of online game like this. And we'll actually have to spend time playing with the updates before we can pass any judgment. But I am happy to see some slight tweaks coming to Venom. I personally felt him a little hard to use, and I know that's a strange thing to say because most people have him listed as one of the easiest characters to learn and one of the better characters in the game. But I never use slow and bulky characters in games, so I had a hard time using him. Maybe the tweaks will make him more usable for me. I just hope they don't touch Luna, because I think she's quite perfect as she is. What are you most looking forward to in the upcoming Season 1? New characters? New cosmetics? Better balancing to the game? I know the game isn't perfect, but all in all, Marvel Rivals has gotten off to an extremely strong start, and I hope they can keep it up. As the game grows in popularity, I look forward to seeing even more characters added.
Thanks so much.
I'd love to see the other characters on my top 10 list eventually make it to the game someday, as well as characters such as Luke Cage, Nightcrawler, and Rogue, for example. Of course, I'd be happy with any future Spider or Symbiote characters too. I'm also looking forward to seeing new game modes added. The very Splatoon-esque mode featuring Jeff the Land Shark was a lot of fun, and I'd like to see more things like that added in the future.
Wanna teach me how to fight spider style after this?
Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And now I'll shut up and let you watch me and my team of randoms dominate these poor souls. Have a great day. See you soon.
A sniper!
Plasma!
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Sniper, get to cover. My good deed for the day. Sniper, don't like it when you get close. Diehard. Down. That fucking hurt.
Defend what's ours.
Could really use some healing. He'll get last. I don't think that's the welcoming committee.
Glory is almost yours. I was worried. Be strong together.
That should be less going.
A nice deep freeze.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Sweet ninja move, Psylocke, but not sweet enough.